Hey, Pamela. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, Ryan.
How are the headlines looking?
Crocodiles, space spouts, and parrots.
Oh my! We better get right into it.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. It's Tuesday, June 6th.
This is the 10 News.
Here are 10 things you need to know.
Processing.
Let's start with some wild news from down under. A man in Australia managed to save himself from the jaws of a crocodile. Marcus McGowan was snorkeling off the coast of Australia when he felt what he thought was a shark biting him. When he realized it was a crocodile, he used his bare hands to pry the croc's jaws off his own head. He's now recovering. Crocodile attacks are rare in Australia, although there have been more than usual this spring. Just a reminder, crocodiles can swim in the ocean.
Some U.S. politicians may have felt like they had a crocodile biting their head these past few weeks after weeks of arguing. Congress finally passed an increase to the U.S. debt limit. The debt limit is how much money the U.S. can borrow. Since taxes don't cover all the government's costs, the U.S. must borrow money to pay government employees, provide government services, and cover retirement plans. Congress sets a limit to how much the U.S. can borrow, and every so often it needs to be increased. Conservative Republicans hit the brakes on raising the limit, and leaders spent a tense few weeks figuring out a compromise. President Biden will sign the bill into law, avoiding a U.S. default.
In other news around the U.S., it was a rough week for Amazon. Amazon employees staged a walkout last week to protest the company's climate impact. The massive corporation was also fined $30 million by the Federal Trade Commission and Department of Justice for violating customer privacy.
That's unbelievable.
Amazon was fined for privacy violations around their Ring camera. The company also kept Alexa recording of the kids' voices and location data, even when parents requested that the child's information be deleted.
Wait, why would Amazon keep recordings of kids?
Apparently to train their voice recognition software. Kids' voices are particularly hard for AI to understand, so they use the recordings as AI training.
I told you the robot uprising was coming!
Moving on to Oklahoma. An indigenous teen is suing her school for discrimination. At her graduation ceremony, Lena Black wore a sacred eagle feather to honor her Oto Missouri community. But two teachers told her to remove the plume from her cap and then attempted to remove it themselves, damaging the feather. Eagle feathers are among the most sacred gifts an indigenous person can receive, and Lena Black has carefully cared for hers since she was 3.
And in Florida, an international animal smuggling ring was busted by the chirps of newly hatched baby parrots. The chicks started cheeping in the Miami airport, and officials quickly realized the carry-on they were inspecting contained 29 rare parrot eggs and hatchlings. The birds were taken to a special foundation where they're being cared for until homes can be found for them. I'm sure wherever they live, it'll be paradise.
Wow, Ryan, that pun was exquisite.
I like to think on the fly.
Okay, you win. Well, we'll be right back with big news from space after this message for the grown-ups.
Hey listeners, Trace Leeds Kaplan here, and today I want to tell you about KiwiCo, a fantastic screen-free way to keep your kids engaged and learning. Just last week, one of their monthly crates arrived, and Owen, who you know is an original tenor, and of course my son, wanted to immediately put it together. The kit was well organized and easy to follow, with all the materials we needed included. It was our first crate, and from their Tinker set. We put together a domino machine that runs across the floor, positioning out dominoes for the perfect run. You get to put all the parts together, from lining up gears to wiring up the battery. These are real engineering, science, and art projects with high-quality materials. Not only was it a fun bonding experience for us, it was really cool to see how much Owen got into it. He's a kid that loves to tinker, and this really challenged and engaged his curiosity and creativity. KiwiCo is perfect for kids who love to build, create, and explore. Each crate includes all the materials and instructions needed for a hands-on project, and with options for different age groups, there's something for everyone. And there's no commitment. You can pause your subscription or cancel anytime. So get yours today. Redefine learning with play, explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence and problem-solving skills with KiwiCo. Get 50% off your first month, plus free shipping on any crate line at kiwico.com/10news. That's 50% off your first month at kiwico.com/TENNEWS. Happy building.
All right, grab your grown-ups for this recommendation, because just like you love this news podcast, I think you're going to love The Newsworthy. The Newsworthy podcast is the best way to stay informed and up-to-date each weekday. You get everything you need to know, from politics to tech to entertainment and more, in just 10 convenient minutes. Plus, The Newsworthy is always fair, factual, and even, dare I say, friendly. Even adults can feel overwhelmed by the news sometimes, so The Newsworthy helps. Just search The Newsworthy on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, or head to thenewsworthy.com.
We're back with two big stories from space. First up, NASA's James Webb Telescope has spotted something that has never been seen before. Saturn's small icy moon, Enceladus, is spouting a plume of water 6,000 miles long, and the moon itself is only 300 miles wide. The telescope gave scientists a close-up view of water spouting out of the moon's southern pole. The water becomes part of Saturn's ring system. Scientists say Enceladus could be a home for possible life in our solar system. It's completely encased in ice, but under the ice is a saltwater sea. And the oceans are where life on Earth began.
And that's not the only space news we have today. NASA gave a press conference sharing its investigations into 800 unidentified aerial phenomena, the phenomenon formerly known as UFOs. NASA shared that between 2 and 5% of the sightings remain a mystery, and they did not rule out extraterrestrial causes.
Aliens!
Maybe? They also stressed they need more data and asked for less stigma around sightings of UAPs. And one UAP turned out to be a Bart Simpson balloon.
Eat my shorts.
Meanwhile, Mexico's Popocatépetl volcano began pouring out smoke and ash in late May. 3 million people who live very close to the volcano have been warned that they may have to evacuate, and travelers have seen delays due to ash in the atmosphere. Popocatépetl is just 45 miles south of Mexico City. The area around the city has a population of about 22 million people. And Canada is experiencing its most severe start to wildfire season ever. 211 fires are currently burning, with 82 considered out of control. Thousands of Canadians have been evacuated, and smoke from the fires has traveled thousands of miles into the northeastern United States. Nearly 7 million acres of land has burned so far. The Canadian Armed Forces and U.S. firefighters have joined the fight, but wildfire season is just beginning.
Okay, that's bad.
And finally, can you spell Samophile?
No, I cannot, and Gesundheit, Pamela.
No, Ryan, I'm not sneezing. It's the word this year's National Spelling Bee champ won with. Samophile. P-S-A-M-M-O-P-H-I-L-E. Samophile is an organism that lives in sand. It's also the word 14-year-old Florida student Dev Shaw had to spell to become National Spelling Bee champ.
Way to go.
Wow, congrats to Dev and to all the Spelling Bee finalists. You're all winners to me.
That was 10 things you need to know.
Check out tomorrow's episode, our Pride Month celebration, where we are talking to a queen named Little Miss Hot Mess.
I'm Pamela Kirkland.
And I'm Ryan Willard. Thanks for listening to the 10 News.
Data transfer complete.
Hi guys! I'm on the lookout for some brave, curious and silly explorers to join me on an adventure. Well, let's put it this way. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to bounce, bounce, bounce along inside a giant bubble? How about a hike in a tropical jungle? Or what goes on in a top secret superhero lair?
Watch out for flying underpants!
Is this a yes, yes, yes? I'm Connie, Chief Adventurer at Armchair Adventures, a super fun and a little bit bonkers podcast for kids aged 6 to 10. Each episode is a brand new adventure, and you're invited. What makes it super special is that I've jam-packed it full of sing and move along fun. You can listen wherever you get your